So we can't save the world by playing by the rules, because the rules have to be changed. Everything needs to change, and it has to start today. So everyone out there, it is now time for civil disobedience. It is time to rebel.
We are here to defend the living world that others have not defended. Not just to protect what we already have, but to restore what we have lost.
Movement which has swollen in the last few weeks and occupied the imagination of this country has occupied Southwark Bridge, Waterloo Bridge, Westminster Bridge, Lambeth Bridge, Whitefriars Bridge. We are British citizens. We know our rights. We know our responsibilities. We know our duties. We will not tolerate the tyranny of a government that plans the destruction of its people. We are Extinction Rebellion.
To the door of the BBC Sounds Office to bring attention to the climate catastrophe and the fact that the BBC don't report it properly or record, and calling on them to declare it and treat it like an emergency that it is.
Food is a fundamental right to human existence, and climate change is one of the biggest threats to that.
It's really important to ground ourselves in our non-violent discipline, in our non-violent communication, in the fact that we're here for peace. We're not in opposition to them. We're coming here to invite them to be part of a global uprising that looks at climate change and the impacts of this ecological collapse and acts in accordance with that.
So we're here today because we're in the middle of a climate and ecological emergency. Every child's life is going to be defined by climate change and the effects of it. And the national curriculum currently treats climate change as a marginal, peripheral issue. It mentions it occasionally, and we're here because we want to tell the Department for Education that that's not right, and it needs to be at the front and the centre of everything that education does. Children need to be taught the truth.
Teach the truth! Teach the truth! Teach the truth!
We have waited long enough! We are waiting no longer! The only time that people know it's serious is when people are prepared to sacrifice their liberty in defence of their beliefs. We are those people.